Look around you. Take a moment to notice the world you're living in right now. Chances are you're watching this on a device packed with technology. Technology that's become so common, we barely even think about it anymore. But have you ever stopped to wonder what's really inside all these gadgets? What's the secret behind all that magic, all that seamless connectivity and power at your fingertips? It's not just plastic and glass or the shiny screens and sleek cases you see on the outside. The real secret? Rare earth elements, or REEs, an invisible but essential ingredient in almost every piece of modern technology. Despite their name, these elements aren't actually that rare in the Earth's crust, but they're incredibly difficult to extract, separate, and purify, making them precious and valuable. Think of them as the vitamins of the industrial world. A tiny amount makes a huge difference. Without them, your phone wouldn't vibrate, your electric car wouldn't run, and your headphones wouldn't sound nearly as good. Even the clean energy revolution depends on them. Wind turbines would stop spinning, and solar panels would lose their efficiency. For decades, most of us never gave a second thought to where these materials came from, or how they got into our lives. That's because China quietly became the world's dominant supplier, controlling nearly the entire global supply chain for rare earths. It was easy, it was cheap, and it kept our hands clean, until we realized just how risky it was to depend on a single country for something so vital. If that supply chain breaks, our entire way of life, from national defense systems to the Netflix shows we binge, suddenly becomes vulnerable. The consequences could be felt everywhere, in ways we never expected. That's why this story matters. It's about reclaiming a critical industry, rebuilding our independence, and securing our future for generations to come. It's a true comeback story unfolding in the vast, sun-baked American desert, a place where hope and hard work are making a difference. Here, a single mind, a determined crew, and a lot of grit are working together to dig us out of dependency and into a new era of possibility. They're not just mining rocks, they're unearthing the very foundation of our modern lives, one shovelful at a time. And in doing so, they're proving that America can still take on the hard, essential jobs, the ones that make everything else possible, and keep our world moving forward. Deep in California's Mojave Desert sits the Mountain Pass Mine, a vast, man-made canyon carved out of the earth by decades of determination and ingenuity. For years, it stood as America's only rare earth mine, a solitary outpost in the race for critical minerals. The mine's journey has been anything but smooth. It's weathered booms and busts, opening and closing as global markets shifted. But today, Mountain Pass is back in action, and its role is more vital than ever before. In just a single year, this operation produced 45,000 tons of rare earth oxides. That's the equivalent weight of 30,000 cars, all pulled from beneath the desert floor. This achievement isn't just a number, it's a statement. America is reasserting itself in the rare earth industry, determined to compete on the world stage. But this resurgence didn't happen overnight. It took years of strategic investment, the adoption of cutting-edge technology, and relentless effort from everyone involved. The team at Mountain Pass faced daunting economic hurdles and complex geological puzzles, yet they persevered, constantly pushing boundaries, refining their methods, and improving their results. Their mission is clear: to ensure America can stand on its own 2 feet when it comes to these essential resources, reducing reliance on foreign supply chains. Mountain Pass is more than just a hole in the ground. It's a living symbol of American resilience, innovation, and the spirit of never giving up. It's a noisy, dusty, and demanding place, but every ounce of effort here is helping to build the foundation for our high-tech future. The 45,000-ton milestone is just the beginning. With every ton mined and processed, the team is paving the way for even greater achievements. It's proof that when Americans come together to tackle tough jobs, we can overcome obstacles and achieve remarkable things. This mine stands as a beacon of hope, a promise of a more secure, independent, and technologically advanced future for the nation. Let's break it down and uncover what makes these elements so special. Rare earth elements aren't glowing crystals or magical stones. They're actually a group of 17 metallic elements tucked away in the periodic table, with names like neodymium, dysprosium, and europium. Each one has its own unique set of properties that make it valuable in modern technology. Despite the name, these elements aren't truly rare in the Earth's crust. In fact, some are as common as copper or lead. The catch: they're rarely found in large, concentrated, and easy-to-mine deposits, which makes extracting them a real challenge. Mining them is like collecting sugar crystals from a sandbox, tedious, painstaking, and often requiring tons of rock to get just a small amount of usable material. The process is complex and can take years to develop a productive mine. That's why finding a place like Mountain Pass in California is considered a geological jackpot. A rare spot where these elements are concentrated enough to make mining worthwhile. So, why go through all this trouble? Because rare earths have unique properties, magnetic, luminescent, and electrochemical, that are nearly impossible to replicate with other materials. They're the secret ingredients that make modern technology possible. For example, a neodymium magnet is far more powerful than a regular iron magnet. This allows engineers to design devices that are smaller, lighter, and more energy efficient, revolutionizing everything from headphones to electric motors. That's why your smartphone is slim, your electric vehicle is powerful and efficient, and wind turbines can generate more energy with less material. Rare earths are at the heart of these innovations. Without rare earths, our world would look very different. Imagine bulky mobile phones, sluggish and inefficient cars, and military technology that's stuck in the past. They're the magic dust of modern manufacturing, quietly powering the devices and machines we rely on every day. Even our most advanced defense technologies, like fighter jets, precision missiles, and sophisticated radar systems, depend on rare earths for their cutting-edge performance. Their value isn't just measured by price per pound, it's in the billions of dollars of technology and infrastructure they enable, shaping industries and economies worldwide. In short, rare earths are the building blocks of the 21st century. They're not just important, they're absolutely indispensable to our modern way of life. So, how do you get rare earths out of a mountain? It starts with controlled explosions to break up the rock. Giant trucks haul the rubble to be crushed and ground down to fine sand. The goal: free the valuable mineral, bastnasite, from the rest. Next comes flotation, mixing the ground ore with water and special chemicals that make bastnasite stick to air bubbles and float to the top. Waste rock sinks, while the valuable concentrate rises. The concentrate is then dewatered and dried, leaving a reddish-brown powder rich in rare earths. This is the mine's final product, a material ready for further chemical processing. From mountain to valuable dust, it's a feat of brute force and fine chemistry. Every step is designed to maximize yield and minimize waste. It's a massive, complex operation, one that turns raw rock into the foundation of modern tech. And it all happens in the middle of the desert. That's how you dig up the future. Producing 45,000 tons in a year is more than a statistic. It's a turning point for America. For years we depended on foreign sources, especially China, for these critical materials, a national security risk. This milestone is the first step in breaking that dependency. It signals to the world that America is rebuilding its industrial base and taking control of its future. Now, American companies can rely on a domestic source, reducing risk and sparking innovation. It's like a strategic reserve, insulating us from global shocks. Those 45,000 tons represent security, independence, and opportunity. It's proof that America can still do the big, hard jobs that matter. The road to this milestone wasn't easy. Mining is disruptive. Giant holes, heavy water use, and waste in a fragile desert ecosystem. Past environmental issues still haunt the mine. Competing with China, which has lower costs and looser regulations, is tough. American miners must be efficient and innovative just to survive. The chemistry of separating rare earths is incredibly complex, 17 elements with similar properties. Historically, the hardest processing was done overseas. Now building a full mine-to-magnet supply chain in the US means mastering this tricky, hazardous chemistry. The geology itself is unpredictable. Miners must constantly adapt as they dig deeper. It's not a set-and-forget operation. It's a constant challenge. Every day brings new obstacles, from economics to the earth itself. But the team keeps pushing forward. The Mountain Pass team didn't just work harder, they worked smarter. They invested in water recycling and pioneered dry tailings, reducing environmental risk. Automation and data analytics help squeeze every bit of value from the rock. They're building new facilities to process rare earths here in America, capturing more of the value chain. A new separation facility in Texas aims to master the toughest chemistry using cleaner, more efficient methods. This is the final piece for a complete domestic supply chain. By combining environmental responsibility, efficiency, and innovation, Mountain Pass is setting a new standard for modern mining. They're proving America can compete by doing things the right way. Mountain Pass's comeback is about more than minerals. It's about powering America's future. Every leap in technology and clean energy depends on rare earths. Electric vehicles, wind turbines, and advanced electronics all need these elements. Without a secure supply, our clean energy goals and national security are at risk. This mine is now a cornerstone of America's clean energy and defense strategies. By bringing production home, we protect our military and our economy from foreign leverage. Securing the supply chain encourages domestic manufacturing and innovation. It's a virtuous cycle. American materials, American jobs, American strength. This is how we build a resilient, competitive future. That 45,000-ton figure isn't just a number. It's the start of a new American chapter. It's about tackling hard challenges and doing the essential work. This story is written in the Mojave Desert by people unafraid to get their hands dirty. Our strength comes from turning raw materials into progress. Mountain Pass is a roadmap for revitalizing other critical industries. With investment, innovation, and grit, we can rebuild our industrial base. The journey isn't over. One mine won't solve everything. But this is a monumental first step, proving it can be done right here, responsibly. Next time you use your phone or see a wind turbine, remember where it starts, a hole in the desert and the people mining our future. They're digging for American independence, innovation, and a stronger tomorrow.